There's one group of people who call this time, Wednesday and especially Thursday, Friday and Saturday, the Ashen Triduum. This means that for them, for all of us I think, Lent does not begin until the first Sunday. It's those 5 weeks. Now what is this Ashen Triduum? It's a time when you hear the readings and you think, when we hear the readings and we think what we will do during Lent. Trouble is, every one of us is different. Every one of us should seek his or her road to the Lord. And hopefully by Saturday evening, we know what we're going to do. And it's great to know, it's great to be sure of what our Lenten program is, because so many of us just, we let Lent pass by without doing anything in particular, or we don't do what we had planned to do. And Lent has very little use for us. We should by now all have a clear idea of what we want to do during Lent to help us in our 40-day journey. Now, if we don't have this idea, we've still got time today, but it's good if tomorrow we really celebrate with our hearts and minds. Do you remember remember what normally happens in the first Sunday of Lent? We hear about Jesus in the wilderness. That's one of the suggestions that the church gives for Lent, fasting. What are the other two? One is fasting, the other is prayer, and the third is helping our neighbour, what they call almsgiving. In Lent, based on these 3 points, we try to examine mga gaps. We examine gaps in ourselves, areas of ourselves that prevent us from following in freedom and truth. This is the chance to get ourselves right. Fasting is not just food and drink, but it's avoiding the habits that are not good in our lives. Avoiding gossip, malicious speech. We should think before we speak. Prayer, I think most of us, it's as if, hindi umiimik pag salita sa Diyos. It's as if we are not really speaking to God. We must have this relationship with God all our lives, every day of our lives, everything we do, so that it is God behaving, so that it is God acting through us. And almsgiving, you see the number of people outside the gates who have very little to eat. Not just them, but at least try to help those who need our help. But those things that we can do are only of value if they foster God's holiness. The hope is that after Lent we're all much more makajos, much more holy. One thing to finish, remember the gospel today, the call of Levi. What did Levi do? He just got up immediately. He followed Jesus. And he gave the big feast for everyone, for Jesus and everyone else. He changed his life. I know it seems to sound very earthly, but he changed his life for everyone. And despite his sins in future, despite when he says things which he shouldn't have said, when he says things that he didn't mean to. He really did try to follow Jesus. He really converted, and hopefully Lent is a time of conversion for all of us. Amen. Please stand.